What's going on, guys? This is Travesty here, and today we are here with the quarterfinals of PPL NX. So I'm battling Wreck-It Mike, never battled him before. He's been pretty friendly in the chats I've had with him. He says he's bringing Ghost, Donphan, and Fire Vaporeon. Ghost Donphan I thought might come as a spin blocker. Vaporeon I thought might come. I wasn't sure what Terra it would go for, but Fire kind of makes sense. Helps it handle Ogerpon and gouging. Everything else as we expect. There's no Serral Edge, which is kind of nice. There's a little bit of an issue, but yeah, I had things for it. Luckily, Vaporeon should not be able to touch my Gardevoir. So I think I do want to lead with Gardevoir here. Because the only thing I don't want to see then is Zamazenta. Greninja, if we trace, we can at least work out what ability it is, because we can't trace Battle Bond. And we'll go from there. If it is Zamazenta, Hands has some defense investment, so he should be able to switch in. If it's anything else, I potentially just get my damage. Gardevoir and Blood Moon are kind of the two mons this game where it's like, they don't have a specific role, they're just kind of gonna hit some things and see what happens. Alright, good luck, have fun. So I brought the Namarus, Greninja, Latios, and Zama. Let's see what he decides to lead with. I can speak English, it's fine. That is the Greninja. So if we trace Protean, we do not trace Protean. Cool, good to know. So Specs Sludge Wave won't kill me, but I suspect Gunk Shot, yeah, Gunk Shot from no investment would. But Vacuum Wave will do about half. I potentially, I almost went the Poison Resist Berry on this, but oh well. He could also just U-turn, trying to get momentum early on, so I think I will just Vacuum for my damage. If this goes down, I still have an answer to the Latios with Iron Treads that kind of handles the Enamorus as well. I mean, Enamorus does become a lot more spooky, but we at least get to scout this thing out a little bit. So I know that it's Battle Bond, and we'll put it in range of a Vacuum Wave from the other thing. Cool, he goes to Spikes. That's kind of best case scenario, to be honest. There's another one won't guaranteed kill, but I think I go for it anyway. There's a roll. There's a few rolls where it kills. Depends on his investment. I'm probably really misplaying this Gardevoir off rip, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so Spikes up. Potentially second layer is going to come here. We'll see. I do have Spin on the Iron Treads, which I can potentially get off before the Donphan Terras. He's going to switch out, so it's like 50%. So another Vacuum Wave will just take that out. Good Gear the Gourmet. Who are you? That's the Donphan. So he's going to try and get the Terra Ghost off here. We trace Sturdy, which is nice. We do break the Sturdy. How much does that do? 10, 15, it's a bit over 15%. So that looks like it's potentially a V. Or just Spidef. Which means gouging kinda just handles it. And if he does Terra Ghost, we would do a lot with Shadow Ball. The question is, do I go Blood Moon? I think I do go Blood Moon here. Not take damage on the Gardevoir that I don't need to take. Take the spikes. He goes for knockoff. Doesn't Terror, so he would have 2-hit carried this thing, but that's alright. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get the Terror Ghost off as well, which is nice. Yeah, Blood Moon just annihilates this thing. Blood Moon annihilates anything, really. Like, Zama can come in. Zama can't come in on an Earth Power. But it would take a good third from a Blood Moon. Oh, I don't have my Life Orb anymore. Should put that in the calc. Yeah, Blood Moon would still do a lot to this. Do a lot to the Vaporeon. I think I just go for it. If I Earth Power and he gets into like a Namorous, that's worst case scenario. I do think he just stays in and it goes to Stealth Rocks. This must be a speedy Donphan, because we've got quite a bit of speed investment. So maybe I just low roll that Vacuum Wave. That crit didn't matter. So Donphan is down, but he did get Rocks up. But it means I get a free spin with Treads if I get it in. Which might be priority number 1, because I've just killed one of the things that I could set up on with my gouging. So he decides to bring in, without the Life Orb, we are not doing as much damage as I would like. If he does go into Greninja, I think I'll just Vacuum Wave again. Vaporeon. This is kind of perfect. We can just get some damage off. Like, Scald will take me out from here. And Blood Moon doesn't... I mean, I can't click Blood Moon. Hyper Voice doesn't do a ton. Do I need this for anything else? It doesn't switch into anything. I think I just get my damage. There's no way he Terrors. Maybe I should have Earth Powered in case he Terrored. He's gonna switch out. Interesting. Something's taking a Hyper Voice. This thing's taking a Hyper Voice. Takes a lot from a Hyper Voice, so that was nice. 259. So yeah, we died a Moonblast pretty much no matter what. Unless it's like, even if it's timid, we die. And that did about the right damage for it to be max timid. Could also be modest. I am going to go into my Treads here. Because I shouldn't die to an Earth Power on Blood Moon, which means I should be able to take Moonblast into Earth Power on Treads, and then I can get my spin off. And then we're in a good spot. If this is like... We'll calc the damage anyway. He predicts this and goes for Earth Power, and he's like Specs, then we just lose Treads, and that's not great, but I mean, then we just pivot straight into Torn. And keep this thing around to spin on the Vaporeon at some point. Mystical Fire, we should eat this. That got us down from 279 down to 151. So 279, 151, that's 128. That's looking like modest. Or potentially Expert Belt. We should still live in Earth Power. I mean, it's a roll. Do I want to risk it? What could I go into instead? If it doesn't look Specs, it looks like it could be a boosting item, and if it's like... If he goes for Earth Power here, max rolls. I think I go Gardevoir. Because if he Earth Powers now, A, we know he's not Choice then. B, if he's contrary any mystical powers, we get a +1 special attack boost, so that's nice. But I want to save the treads to get in on the Vaporeon. We do Trace Contrary. And Mystical Fires again. Cool. Now, my good sir, what do you have for a +1 Moonblast? Is that my best play? It hits everything neutrally or super effectively? Yeah, I think that's it. So it's really hard with hazards up to count the damage. At this point, Treads, your job is to be brought in on the Vaporeon at some point and go for a spin. Or a Choice Latios of some kind. So after Rocks and Spikes, that would bring us down to 75. And then it did 51. Okay, so it looks like he just high rolled the yeah, he just high rolled the treads. So he would have lived, we would have got a spin off, it would have been fantastic, but that's alright. Something's taking a Moonblast. If it's Vaporeon, that's fine. Moonblast into Psychic Noise should just destroy it. Gonna sack the Greninja, that's fair. I'm still not in a great spot. I need to get that spin off at some point. I'm struggling to figure out his playstyle. He seems to just kind of be throwing mons. He tried to double... What was the double with Vaporeon? What was he expecting with the Enamorous switch? This thing? Or... like, gouging wouldn't be the Vaporeon switch. Torn, maybe? Yeah, I don't really know what that double was expecting. In comes this thing again. I mean, we're still at +1, and I'm pretty sure we still live a Moonblast. Yeah, like, comfortably. And I don't really switch into this otherwise, now that Treads is so weakened, so I am just going to go for it. Yeah, it goes for Moonblast. Second special attack drop Pippin. Oh, okay, so we're at +2. I'm sorry, that's unfortunate. The Mystical Fire was obviously deliberate. The Moonblast one is not great. We're now +2 Gardevoir, which, I mean, he can revenge and kill with Zamazenta. But we get our Vacuum Wave chip at least. And at +2, this should do like half. There's no point trying to preserve this until I can... Ooh, that does nothing. You're a bulky AF. Heavy Slam, yeah, that's fine. Cool, so that looks quite bulky, in fact. I don't want to pull the trigger on gouging until that Vaporeon is handled. At this point, Torn can just click a button. Like Bleak Wind will do a lot, even if he's like max HP, which it looks like he is. The other option is Blood Moon to throw off a Vacuum Wave, but that also won't do a ton given how bulky he seems to be. I think I just go Hands. We should take any hits this thing wants to go for. And take a lot from Hazards. Hazards is so annoying, man. So yeah, that did 25, 30, 35 from a +2 Gardevoir. So it looks like it's even got some Spadef investment. Like max HP with a bit of Spadef. But, I mean, even at +1, this close combat should just destroy everything. I can even risk going for the Drain Punch. Enamorous is at like 30-ish. Which means close combat should just kill it as well. Because we are banded. That's what I'm going to go for. It goes for Iron Defense, that's fine, still do a lot. Iron Defense, Heavy, Slam, that almost kills. No, I think body press will kill us from here. But if that chip damage is all that hands does this game, that's fine. This is what this thing was bought for. Body press at +2. It'll have to be invested. Oh, we're at -1 as well. So yeah, this should kill. But I don't really want to switch anything else in, so that's just what I'm going to go for. It does go for the body press. Takes us out. That's fine. So KOs, guard, and hands. But we just bring in Blood Moon here. And then I think you bring in Enamorous afterwards. Potentially you switch Enamorous in, but I don't think you preserve this thing on 10%. Like, Vacuum Wave kills every day. He does switch. There's the Latios, that's valid. Now, I am going to stay in and click Blood Moon. If he Dracos, he Dracos. Then he's at -2, and I should be able to get my thingy off with Treads. His armor's at like 10%. Problem is, I play a really switch-heavy style, and so I need to get rid of those hazards sooner rather than later. Wait, I killed the Enamorous. The Enamorous is gone, okay. I forgot. Silly me. He locks into Ice Beam. I feel like any variant that would have killed us. Interesting bring. Like, Ice is pretty good into my team. Yeah, Timid Latios always kills with Ice Beam there. Like, so easily. So the question is, how much does Treads take? From an Ice Beam or an Aura Sphere? Ice Beam, it would take not a lot. Aura Sphere would take a maximum of 128, and we're at 151. I think that's going to be too much after the spike. Yeah. After rocks and spikes, if he's not choiced, then that would kill. So I think my play here... Bleak Wind probably won't kill either, so I think I've got to risk it. How much would Bleak Wind do? I should have counted that before. It does like 60, I'm pretty sure, from memory. Yeah, 65 to 75. I always click spin. His choice. Okay, perfect. No freeze. Perfect. Good job, Treads. Big crit rapid spin. So this will reveal if he's scarfed, which I think is the only thing he could be at this point. But then we get in the gouging. And I'm just going to click knock. We are an extremely specially defensive AV Treads, so shout out to Treads. If he's not max speed, we could outspeed this as well, but I doubt it. We don't have a lot of speed. But my play is just to knock off anyway. He switches out. Second spin Pippin. Sends in the Vaporeon. So we get to knock this thing off. Takes another lot. Knock off the boots, that's fine. So I think my end game here, there's no point preserving this. I think I always just... Problem is it's gonna wish. How much are we doing to this? I can just preserve it as a sack, is the thing. Yeah, Iki's only doing like 30%. So I'm gonna go into Torn here. Preserve that as a sack. Yeah, he goes for Wish. Now, don't miss your Bleak Wind. That's my request of you, Tornadus. Ideal scenarios, he goes into Latios and takes this hit. We'll also get to see if he has Ice Beam or not, which he might based on how much he's been clicking ice moves against me. We do live a Scarf Draco from full. Okay, stays in. That does a good amount. He's going to get it all back. Just go for Scald. That does no burn. Cool, so that does less than regen. Will bring us back, I think. Not quite, but still puts us in a good spot. I just click it again. Brother, it is 11 o'clock at night. Just fucking let me go to bed and let me kill this. I think you wish, then you scold, but still. Oh, we just scolded! We might kill the Vaporeon. We might lose to everything else, but we at least might kill this fucking fish cat. Alright. Don't fucking miss a Bleak Wind. I think we died of Scarf Laddie anyway. Why? You cunt! That's... no, BM, fuck you. That's dick move. Just... Was that necessary? Was that really necessary? What did that get you? All it did was waste my fucking time. Yeah, we died at 2 hits from the Laddie anyway. Well, it's lower than I thought, but I think we died of this into the other thing, so I need to... I don't know, need to miss a Draco. And we missed Bleak Wind. Fuck this game. And... it wasn't even Scarf, so we had a chance to win that. That's so horseshit, man. Fuck you. That was so bullshit. I was fine until that protect at the end. That was just BM. Like, there was no reason to do it. You gained nothing. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, I'm glad that's over. I guess I'll see you in the final stage of PPL NX if we make it.